We're going to talk about how to repair a tent pole, but first, 3 very important tips. Number 1, always make certain that the joints are fully seated all the way in, like that. If they aren't, the pole will be too long and that will create too much stress and that'll break it. With sleeve tents especially, always push and never pull, because if you pull, you'll unseat a joint and not be able to see it, and that'll break. And third, you always want to put the pole tip on a new dry tent in the outer grommet. That's the grommet farthest away from the tent. I'm going to change out a section in a tent pole with shock cord. You want the pole fully extended to relax the shock cord as much as possible. Then remove the tip. Some tips just push in and out, some screw in and out like this one. Some are crimped and they're much more difficult. This one's already loose. I don't need any tool. If I did, I would put a piece of protective rubber, which is grippy also, over it. Hold it about an inch away from the tip with one pair of pliers and turn the tip with another pair. But I don't need to because it's already loose. So we'll pull the tip out like that and then work from the floor. Give ourselves some slack and use a fork to get the knot loose. This is typically the hardest part of the operation. As we'll see later, this knot needs to be tight. But there. Remove that, hold on to the shock cord, and then let it go. Take out the sections and leave them in order until you get to the section you want to replace. Then begin to reassemble the pole in the same order you took them apart. In mini poles, it makes a big difference. To get them back in exactly the same order as they came apart. That's why we're careful in how we lay them out. And last section here, this will be the one that the tip goes in. And very often that's going to be fuzzy and not be as cooperative as you might like to thread it through, but there it goes. Now you make a knot, and this knot will have to be pulled tight to get small enough to fit back in. Now we'll do that. And then screw it back in. And that's how you replace a pole section in a shock-corded pole.